Hey everyone, it's Mac here. We're doing mission 16 on Hitman Absolution, the hard walkthrough. This mission's called Operation Sledgehammer. This mission's not too bad. It's of average length, but there's quite a few checkpoints, so every section on its own is pretty short. We're going to start the mission by triggering the alarm. We're going to have this guard walk through the door. We're going to attack him using X and tap X to subdue him. Then we're going to steal his disguise and drag his body into the storage container across the hall. And I do a lot of the mission. I only kill two people, and when I say kill, I mean subdue. And I get through most of the mission just sneaking around and stuff. I don't get a very good rating. I think I get like professional or agent or something, not that great. Um, so once we do that, I want to sprint all the way to the end here. You can pick up the power cord. You can use it as a fiber wire later on in the mission if you want to. Just sneak by. If he turns around, you can use a little bit of instinct. Not a huge deal. If you wait properly, you actually won't have to use any instinct there, because you do want to save your instinct for this next section, as it can be a little hard to get through without instinct. Um, we're just going to get to the end here, and we're going to wait for this guy. Obviously, you can peek and not get caught. Once he begins to turn around, press B to exit the vent. Sorry, my voice is a little off today. And we're just going to follow him until he stops right at the end. Once he stops at the end, we're going to head for that door. As soon as he starts spotting us, just hold your instinct. Make sure this guy's turned around. Come here. Hold Y twice to pick up both your silver ballers. Then press down on the D-pad to hide them so you don't look armed. And then turn around, walk out the door. I held my instinct all the way and came to this door. You actually don't need your instinct as much as I used it. I used it to be extra safe. Now we're at this section here. Just go forward, cover, and then change cover to cover from left to right. Go all the way to the right. And once we're on the right, we're going to head down the stairs, obviously making sure not to get seen. And from this point, we actually want to go to the right-hand side. I go a little bit too far before I realize there's a ledge there. And once everyone's turned around, we're going for that ledge. And as always, we're pressing A to get on top of the ledge. And A again. There's an enemy here. And I don't kill him. I just go for the checkpoint and try to continue without him. I end up needing his uniform. Luckily, when you trigger that checkpoint and restart the checkpoint, he's going to be there. Even if you killed him, which was kind of weird. But I trigger the checkpoint, and then you'll see him in a slightly different spot right after I do that. And that's just because I restarted the checkpoint and he ended up being there. I pick up the brick. You're going to need it for later just as a sound distraction. Subdue him, steal his disguise, and then drag his body into that dumpster right in front of you. And you're going to see exactly what I do with the brick, and there's also a bottle at the bottom of the stairs. I actually don't aim that bottle properly. You'll see me hit something completely different than what I was aiming for. And you can correct yourself, but obviously whatever I did worked for me in the end. I have a full bar of instinct right here, which is something that is probably desirable. Pull out the brick, and we're going to throw it to make these two guys turn around. And then we can sneak down properly to the lower section of this part. You want to throw the bottle really, really, really far. I end up misaiming it, hitting the corner right there. For some reason, this guy walked perfectly through and didn't notice me, which I guess is good. And now literally just keep using instinct as much as you need it to get across the street. I'm kind of going on and off because I was hoping that they wouldn't see me. I actually use a little bit too much just to be extra safe. And then just hide behind this dumpster until these four guys see an explosion, and they're going to turn around and walk away. Once they start walking away, you can change cover and stuff like that. I use instinct. Again, I wouldn't have to if I stayed crouched and just kept walking. And we're going to go through this toy store, and I think it's a toy store. Open the door, and we're on the next section. This section's probably the hardest of the four sections, although it is quite short. Keep running all the way to the left and hide behind this cover. Pick up the screwdriver. I do use it later on. Once this guy turns around, we're going to sneak through, turn to the left, up the ladder. You can also go up the ledge directly behind the guard, and it's a little faster by like a second. And we're going to go across this area, jump down right away, and then jump down the ledge. We're going to wait for this guy. This guy does take a while. I would say maybe, 10 seconds. He's going to get against this wall, and once he turns around, we're going to make our way down. as in just about every level, you kind of make your way around the outskirts of the area to get the best path. This guy takes another while, maybe another 10 seconds. He's going to look around. He's going to put his back against. And once he starts aiming down the hall, sneak behind him, up the ladder, and then down the ladder, down the other side of the ledge. Don't do it right away. You want to wait for that enemy. He will see you come down the ladder, and it's inevitable that he spots you if he's walking towards you. So you want him to put his back against the wall as well. Once he turns in, you can jump down the ledge, press B again to let yourself go, and just walk to the end of the hallway. This is where the screwdriver comes in handy. I throw it just to make my life a lot easier. Everyone turns around, and I don't really have to worry about like all 15 dots on my radar. There's a ton of people in this section, so the screwdriver did help me out just a little bit. I wasn't sure if I would make it across, but I made it out no problem. Just head for that door when you can. And at this section, this guy won't see you if you just keep walking forward, go to your right, and then once you're here, you're basically home free. Just go to the very end, up the stairs, through all the doors, and then you'll get to your next checkpoint. That's checkpoint 3, and it'll save after you exit out the doors at the top. That's probably the harder section of the map. Although I do think this is one of the easier ones, to be honest. Once we get through the door, we'll end up in like a little bar area. Just go through the bar area, through the door on the other side, and keep going straight, kind of, if that makes sense. You'll see here. We go through this door, and there's going to be another door, and then we'll go around and through the other door. And once we get to the bottom of these stairs, you want to keep to your left and head around the outside of the map. That's the only really way I found to get through it. I tried going directly through the middle. It's almost impossible because the guards just sit there and they never move. And as far as I know, I waited for almost 2 minutes and I didn't see any pattern of movement. They just kind of sat there. So I ran all the way around to here. There's a guard right in front of me. He won't always be in that exact location. Keep that in mind. Go against this cover. Once this guy moves, we're going to jump over and walk forward. You do want a little bit of instinct. I overuse the instinct by a lot. You don't need to have nearly as much as me, but you want to have a little just to be safe. I sprint up to this little cashier here. You can pick up the knife and throw it as a distraction if for whatever reason you think that's going to help you. I end up not using it. I chill here. You can put your back against the cover just to be safe again. And you're going to wait for some of these guards to disperse. Those 2 guards in the back is what you're waiting for. These 2 guards right next to you is not a big deal. That's what you're going to use most of your instinct for. So I use my instinct to get by them. Literally around this point here, you could probably stop using your instinct, just how I do. And I start running, and I just use instinct just to be really safe, as I do see that a little bit of those circles popping up. And basically, once we're here, we're home free. This part is pretty easy. Once you're running forward, like you see me here, you will unlock an achievement. I think I do one. Yep, there it is. And literally, you can stand up and run. There's no enemies. I crouched run because I thought there would be something happening that was more than this. And once we get to the doors, we're gonna press Y and see a cinematic. And after that cinematic, we're going to enter a point and shoot. You want to shoot at his head 1 time and then press X to execute that shot. I aim at his head twice and press X, shoot him in the dome twice until his body flies into the casket. Unfortunately, that was more awesome than it probably should have been. I get a specialist rating. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in mission 17, which is super short. It's like 20 seconds long. And we'll end off the guide at mission 20. Thanks for watching.